And we were nice, but the other people in casting are not necessarily very nice people, and they judge you on how you look rather than what you can do, and it's just not my thing. There are so many people who love it and crave it, and I couldn't care less. I just want to go home and play with my animals. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay, you kind of already answered this question, but your voice has a very theatrical quality to it. And I was wondering, is all that just natural? Did you do some sort of voice lessons? Or did you even take a theater when you were in high school or something?
No, I screamed at my children.
How did you get that gravelly voice?
It's, well, I've kind of had most of this voice since I was 13 years old. And I was overweight, I was bullied, I was a kid that didn't fit in anywhere. And so the one thing that I had was my voice. And one of my brother's friends told me that he had the same sort of situation, but he would use his voice to intimidate people from afar, so they wouldn't know who it was. So I would see some guys who had beaten me up at recess down the hall, and they'd be out in the hall running around when they were supposed to be in class. And I'd say, "Young man, get to class." And they go, "No idea it was me. You'd kill me right now if you knew." And so it was like my own secret little superpower, you know. And so I just started developing it, and I just had a knack for hearing things and being able to mimic, especially with creature voices and things like that. So I've been doing that since I was a little kid, and I did it for fun later on, leaving messages on my answering machine. And I did one as Goofy, and it was just, "You're the horse, you've reached me, leave a message." And I got this wrong phone number, this wrong number. This guy calls, and I hear him laughing on my tape machine, back in the tape machine. And I just hear him go, "You gotta hear this, man. This dude's really and he just click. And it rings again, and he's going, "Here, listen, man, listen, man." And you hear the message go, and then you hear all these dudes laughing in the background. And they started calling me back every day. They must get it wrong number. And so after about a week, they said, "Dude, you gotta change your message. What else can you do?" I didn't even know their names. I didn't know who they were, but I thought, okay, this is kind of fun. I just started going through Warner Brothers characters and Disney characters, and I started changing it every day. And I had no idea at that time that it was going to turn into a job. I was just doing it for fun and to mess with people. So fortunately, 20-something years later, it worked out.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. How did it feel to work with Treyarch with the zombie characters, and how did you even get the role as Tank Dempsey?
I probably auditioned for it. It was so long ago, I don't remember. I do a lot of auditions for my home studio, and sometimes I'll do 20 to 30 auditions in a night, so it could have been in a pile of those years ago. I don't remember what the process was. But working with those people was great. I mean, they're amazing, talented, sick individuals. I mean, a lot of the chatter that Tank did, talking about getting dead flesh on his new boots and that kind of stuff. I mean, these guys actually sat around in a room and thought that stuff up. It was amazing. And I helped them. I did do some ad-libbing with it, but they were a great group of people to work with. And I'm still doing Tank. I mean, we're still doing things with the zombie stuff, and it's just as much fun now as it ever has been.
And I wanted to know if you can sign my Call of Duty games. I have them over there. I want to know if you can sign them.
Well, I'm going to be signing all weekend. I actually have an area in the autograph area, so come on over to the autograph area. I'll be there all day tomorrow, so just come on over and I'll sign it for you.
All right.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Really big fan. Amazing. I was just wondering, really quick, if you can, in your Spike voice, say, "See a space cowboy."
See a space cowboy.
Oh, God. In regards to continuing, they brought back the original, they brought back the crew for Black Ops 3 Zombies, and
Yes.
Continuing the story. What is it that you can tell us, as they release the trailer and everything? What's it looking to be like?
Oh, dude, I can tell you absolutely nothing. Like I always say, there's a chip in my neck and my head will just eviscerate into foam if I say anything. I'm not allowed to talk about it at all.
Fair.
Other than what you guys have seen, that's all I know.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But play it. Hi.
I'm a big fan of Tom and movie and Samurai Champloo. Just want to start saying that.
Awesome.
I love Sonic, but I'm also a big Mega Man fan. I was wondering if you could tell us what it was like working on Mighty Number 9, if you're allowed to.
Yes. I don't remember, honestly. It was fun. I know that I had fun when I was in the room. It's one of those games that I didn't know what I was working on at the time, and went through it very quickly, and I think I had like 3 other sessions that day. So until I really see some footage from it to jog my memory, it's kind of lost in there somewhere. I've probably done 200 projects since then. So yeah, I'm very curious though, because it was so much fun. I remember it was really fun to record, and the characters were really weird. And I knew that I didn't understand what I was saying half the
Do you do
time.
many Japanese games?
I do a lot of Japanese games, yeah. I have done a lot of Japanese games. Naruto and Final Fantasy and tons of them, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Great cosplay. It's working, yeah?
Oh, so like,
To use your theatrical voice.
well, I just thought of this right now. He's talking about that. Do you know any Japanese now? Because you're working on this Japanese stuff.
Nani? That's all I know. Konnichiwa. I don't know. I don't speak Japanese, no. I really should. You'd think after doing this for 25 years that I should speak Japanese, but I'm not that smart. So I'm a voice monkey. That's what I do. But.
Oh, like my second question. Well, like, I think for my question, I was going to say, your interview with Chris Tucker, I really like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but Tom Tsunami, the whole thing is really cool.
Oh, thank you.
But my second question, what was it again? Wolverine.
Yeah, bub.
Dude, that was like my thing for you, you know? And I was curious as to like, what is the likelihood of Wolverine maybe returning with you, humming his voice?
Well, I'd like to play Wolverine anytime they'll hire me, bub. The problem is that I think it's caught up with rights issues right now. I think Fox controls Wolverine right now, and I don't know what their deal is with Marvel. And Marvel historically has licensed their products out to other companies who produce them. So every time I've played Wolverine, I've had to re-audition for it. It's just new teams, different production companies, so I don't know what the status is of all that stuff. It's not really my area. But if they ask me, man, I'm in. I love Wolverine. It's one of my favorite characters of all time. It hurts probably more than any character I've ever played. Just physically doing that all day long. Fun fact, every time Wolverine does a claw swipe, well, not every time, but almost every time, I fart in the booth. So listen for that the next time you're playing. Hi.
I respect your work a lot. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, I got 2 questions. One, I guess personally, I just want to know. I'm pretty sure you already did all the coursework for the Intruder series for Tanami.
For which one? Oh, Intruder, yes, Intruder.
Is that already like finished? Is that?
I cannot confirm or deny. Probably.
Okay.
I would ask the guys at Adult Swim. I am not at liberty to spill anything, and they don't tell me anything anyway. So I really don't know, but it's looking good. That's all I can tell you. It looks really, really good, and I'm really excited that it's coming back.
Well, yeah. So it appears tomorrow night, right?
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Tomorrow night is Intruder? Is it really?
I think so.
Does anybody know for sure?
There's a
Wow.
bunch of Tsunami there.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, and the second one I wanted to know, I don't know too much about it, but I'm sure you do. There's reports about the eventual voice actor strike
Yes.
that happened. What do you want to get off your chest about it? How do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, there's not too much I can say. There's been what they call a media blackout, but basically it's the gist of it. Are you guys familiar with this, the strike now? It doesn't affect the whole industry. It's really just about gaming.
Yeah, it's like 20%.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us who have gotten together, and it's time for our contract renewal. And we've been working under the same contract that we've had for, I think since the 90s. And, it's time to change the contract. The industry has changed. We've all changed. Some of these games are selling billions of dollars worth.
The medium has changed.
Yeah, the medium has changed, and people are getting hurt physically in the booth because of the screaming, especially. That was my thing. That was what I was fighting for, because especially with newcomers coming into the room, people who aren't really familiar with how the voice acting world works. A lot of times, every scream that you hear, we actually have to do all those, and we have to do each one of those screams sometimes 10 times. So, they'll say get electrocuted, but you're getting electrocuted by a cattle prod in the leg, in the groin, in the stomach, in the chest, in the neck, in the face, and they want all those to sound different. So we'll be screaming for, if they had their way, 8 hours, which is, it can cause permanent damage to a human being, yeah. So personally, I was fighting for the vocal stress thing. That was my thing. So limited to 2 hours, which is reasonable for the same fee. So basically, you're getting like stunt pay.
Okay, so yeah, it's a lot of time in the hours that you're just screaming your heart out.
Yeah, a normal session, a normal union session is 4 hours. So I was trying to limit it to 2 hours for screaming, and you get the same amount of pay. So it's not really a pay raise, it's just protecting the throat.
I've heard, like, it's typical, but like Dragon Ball Z, those voice actors.
Oh.
I've heard the story about like how one passed out.
Yeah, I've passed out in the booth before. Yeah, I passed out screaming before, and many of us have. And a few of my friends have had to have surgery because they've hurt themselves. But there are many other things in this contract too. We're fighting also for performance capture people to get recognized under our union contract. Because the people who do performance capture, the mocap, where they're actually physically acting out these characters that you guys love so much, it's demanding work, and a lot of times it can be dangerous. They're working under the same conditions that stunt people do on movies, but there's no protection for them.
And I heard there's no like coordinator.
There's no stunt coordinator, right? And so that's something that we just want. It's just safety. That's really just safety.
Yeah, some of you guys haven't even been trained in like physical acting, so it's really awkward, isn't it? Really
Well, my friend Phil Lamar was hung by a wire without any real professional supervision. I mean, that's stuff you can die from doing that.
For what?
So I don't know what it was for, some game. Yeah, but people are swinging sticks at each other, and you got a 30-pound stick coming at your head. You should have a stunt coordinator protecting you against that. And then the other thing is that we were trying to get a little more money too, if that was possible. And that's a whole other can of worms that came up. But basically, we wanted to bring awareness, and the reason I participated in it is that we were told in the negotiations that performance by voice actors and performance capture people does not matter, that they can get anybody to do this work. And this is work that I've trained for 20 years, and most people have trained for 10, 15, 20 years also. And so they say, go ahead, go on strike, and we'll just fire all of you, and we'll hire people from our office to do the work. And I think that would make a difference to you guys out there in your perception of how the game plays to you. So that was really what I was standing up for, more than anything else. So thanks for caring.
Oh no, of course, because I mean it's a big important deal. I'm not into voice actors too much, but I still respect it.
Well, thank you for that.
Sure. And,
Thanks.
One last thing. Is your Jack Kamen, is that just your regular voice?
Jack Kamen is my regular voice, yeah.
I
Yeah.
can kind of see it now.
Except saying really nasty things that I would never say, like, I don't help people, I kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
The kind of last conversation might make this question seem kind of like ridiculous or something, but
Not at all.
you're in a lot of games, obviously, as has been discussed, and my favorite would be Company Heroes. It's just depressing to hear you say that a squad got murdered. It's like, damn, Steve Blum. What would be your favorite game that you worked on?
Oh man, it's hard to pick a game that I've worked on as my favorite. My experience of games is different from you guys, because my experience would be working on them as a voice actor rather than from the player's side, because I don't play. All the games that I've worked on are still shrink wrapped in my studio. It's really sad. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get a console, and I'm going to start learning. I'm going to try. But man, so many of them have been so much fun. It's really hard to say. I think Mass Effect was really great. Working on Grunt, it was just such a beautiful character. I really love that character. And Ogren was really great from Dragon Age. You guys know Ogren? Oh, he just had the best lines. It's like, misery, vomit, and malt liquor. Reminds me of home. I love that stuff. And Crash Nitro Kart. I got to play Crash Bandicoot in that, so that was one of my childhood fantasies, to get to play Crash. So just to